Welcome to Business Access TV. This is Business School. My name is Lance McFarlane. I'm a math teacher from Sophomore Academics. And today we'll be looking at some algebra, specifically simultaneous equations, ladies and gents. Simultaneous equations. Simultaneous, big word. What does it mean? Well, it means at the same time. So we'll be working two equations at the same time, really. All right, we have these two equations that we want to solve for the value x and the value y. So when we are done solving, we're gonna have a value for x and a value for y. But before we get into solving this equation, I want to ask you a question. Suppose you say you are given this, x plus y is equal to 10. So I'm thinking of two unknown numbers. I'm thinking of two numbers, and when I add them, I get 10. Could you guys tell me what the value of x is and what the value of y would be? Well, if you should really think about it, it could be a million different answers. It could be 2, 8, it could be 1, 9, it could be 9, 1, the other way around. X could be 9, y would be 1. It could be 10, 0. It could be 11 and negative 1. It could be a million and something minus a million and something to give you about the 10. So we have a billion different possible answers. The thing is, we cannot solve an equation when we have two unknowns. We have two unknowns. We really cannot solve it to say specifically what the value of x must be and what the value of y must be. We can only usually solve an equation if it has one unknown, only one unknown. If you have more than one unknowns, you're in problem. So if I had given you x plus 2 is equal to 10, then you'd know that x must be only one possible answer, which is 8. So we have gotten that clear. But now I'm putting us in a situation where we have two equations with two unknowns. Ladies and gents, let's get straight into solving it. Now, there are many different ways to approach this question, I must tell you. Today, I'm just looking at one of those ways. All right, so this is just one possible way. There are many, many different approaches to this. All right, I'll tell you more about it a little bit later. Now, first thing, I'll say, you see those digits in the middle right there, guys? Let's focus on them a little bit. Let me highlight them. You see this, whatever digit is up top right here, I'm gonna multiply whatever digit is right here, I'm gonna multiply up top by that. So we have these two equations, I label them 1 and 2, and we'll crisscross, all right? Now, when I say we're going to multiply them, we're actually going to multiply them. 2 3s, we have, guys, 6x minus 8y is equal to 2 times 32, that is 64. All right? Then we'll have 4 5s, that's 20x plus 4 2s, that is 8y is equal to 4 10s, which is 40. Now, ladies and gents, at this point, we're gonna focus on the signs in the middle, all right? And we're gonna say this, if the signs are the same, we subtract, and if the signs are different, we're gonna add. Now, in this case, the signs are different. So what we're gonna do is add. What are we gonna subtract or add? Guys, we're gonna, in this case, signs are different, so we're adding. We're gonna add one equation to the next. How we do that? 6 plus 20, that gives you what? 26. So we have 26x. Guys, what is negative 8 plus 8? So we're gonna get a 0 right there. It cancels out. Negative 8 plus 8, 0. What is 64 plus 40? That is 104. 104. Guys, this method is actually called the method of elimination. All right, notice we have eliminated a variable, which is the y, so that we can focus on the x, solve for the x, because now we have this equation with only one unknown. We can solve this equation. We eliminated the y so that we could isolate and solve for x, right? So we're just gonna solve for the x right now. Guys, 26 times a number gives you 104. What is that number? You work it out and tell me while I just quickly show the working right here. So we're dividing both sides by 26. So x is gonna be equal to, it would be 4, right? 26, 52, all right? So x, the value of x is 4. But guys, that is only the value of x. We still have to solve for y. So where do we go from there? We have the value for x, we just now need the value for y. Now guys, straightforward actually. What we're gonna do, seeing that, look here, we started out with two equations, right? Both of them have been x, both of them have been y. There can only be one possible value for x and one possible value for y when we are done. All right, we just eliminated the y value by first focusing on the digits. You multiply, you crisscross and multiply. Then we eliminated by saying signs are the same, subtract, signs are different, we add. We have found the x value. How are we going to find the y value? Ladies and gents, you take a shot at it. Try to find the y value. We'll be back right after the break. Welcome back to Business Access TV, Business School. All right, when we started this question, we needed to know the value for x and the value for y. We're doing simultaneous equations, we're solving both equations at the same time. So here we go. We have found the value of x by, again, we're using the method of elimination. There are so many different ways to go about this question. Please, we can learn this way, which is the most common method actually. All right, but there are other methods. So yes, whatever digit is up here, we bring it down, multiply. Whatever digit is right here, we bring it, multiply. That's how we started. Then we focus on the signs right here in the middle. If these signs are the same, we would subtract. If the signs are different, we add. All right, guys, those are just two, really that's what it boils down to, these two steps. This crisscross and then this rule. If the signs are the same, you subtract, signs are different, we add. Once you remember those two steps, you're good to go. Anyway, we found the value of x. Right, because we eliminated the y value, we focused on the x value, and we found the value of x. Now it's just to find the value of y. Guys, use the same x value. It is now known, it is no longer unknown, and we're gonna plug or substitute. We're gonna plug or substitute, plug x equal 4 into any one of the equations, whether equation 1 or equation 2. Guys, I am going to choose equation 2 because I try to avoid the negative sign. All right, so equation 2 says 5x plus 2y is equal to 10. So we know the value of x, so it is going to be 5 times 4 plus 2y is equal to 10. 5 4s, 20 plus 2y is equal to 10. All right, 2y is going to be equal to 10 minus 20, you know, when you bring it over. By right, it is balancing, but this is a very common routine, a common method, a common thing to do where the carry over, quote unquote. And the 20 now becomes negative 20. So we have 2y is equal to negative 10. You divide both sides by 2. And what do you get, ladies and gents? The value of y is negative 5. And there you go. You have x is equal to 4, y is equal to negative 5. Now, we can check to see if our answers are correct. Let's do that. So we say that x must be 4 and y must be -5 for both of these equations to be correct. So follow me back over that side. So 4, -5. So x is 4 and the y value is -5. All right, so slowly now. 3 times 4 is 12. So can I just write 12 minus, all right, so this is -4 times -5. So negative times negative is actually going to be +20. What is 12 plus 20 equal to? 32. That's beautiful. All right, so we got that. But guys, it has to also work in the second equation, right? So we're not there yet. So 5 fours is 20. This is going to be 2 multiplied by -5, which is going to be -10. 20 minus 10 gives you 10. Guys, we're good to go. So again, just to recap, just to look at the entire process, really and truly. Now, this is getting a little bit messy, but if you're following, which you were, you know exactly how it flowed over that side. Guys, what you need to remember is to start with, you had these digits in the middle, 4 and 2. I was not paying attention to the signs at first. That is just how I did it. Some persons pay attention. This would be -4 and +2. Some persons, you'll see some of your classmates, they'll actually, instead of focusing on the middle digits, they will focus on the digits that are right here at the very front. That is correct too. If that is how you do it, then great. If you see a classmate doing it that way, they are not wrong. So they would multiply by 3 down here, and then this 5, it would come up like over here and multiply by 5. And that would be great as well. And what would happen for them is the x would be eliminated at first. So they would figure out the value of y first and then find the value of x after. Guys, this is just a method of elimination. There's also the method of substitution. This can also be solved graphically, and you can use matrices to solve simultaneous equations. Ladies and gents, we're going to come back from our break and look at another example of how to solve the simultaneous equations using the method of elimination. I'll see you. All right, ladies and gents, my tip for today. You're in the exam, be sure to attempt all the questions in the math exam. That is what you need to allocate your time to do. At the end, when you're finished attempting all the questions, that is when you look back to make sure that you never made any errors. But the exam time should not run out on you and you have not attempted all questions, guys. Think about that. All right, so that is my tip for today. Thanks. Welcome back to Business School, ladies and gents. I am Lance McFarlane from Sophomore Academics, your math teacher, and today we are looking at simultaneous equations. We'll have this second equation to solve. All right, this second question, which is another pair of equations. We have two equations. We have equation 1 and we have equation 2. Remember, simultaneous equations mean you're solving two equations at the same time. Now we're gonna solve for x and y. Let's go. Remember, we're going to focus on the digits right here in the middle. All right, the coefficients of the middle variable. In this case, what are the two digits we have, ladies and gents? Well, you know that there's an imaginary one right here. So you just put it there. And so we have this 3 and 1 to help us out. So let's go. This 3, remember, we're going to do a crisscross thing. So this 3 goes bam, Bam. So we're multiplying up here by 3, ladies and gents. We're multiplying up here by 3, and we're multiplying down here by 1. So let's just do this. 3 3s, that's 9x, plus 3 1s, that's 3y, is equal to 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times everything is going to give you back everything, right? So 4x plus 3y is equal to 3. All right, remember now at this point, guys, if the signs are the same, we subtract. If the signs are different, we add. What signs are we talking about? The signs in the middle. Now, guys, in this case, the signs are the same, so we're gonna subtract. We're gonna subtract one equation from the other one. Let's go. 9 minus 4, that gives you 5x. All right, 9 minus 4, 5x. 3y minus 3y. The y got eliminated because 3 minus 3 is 0. 6 minus 3, that is what, ladies and gents? That would give you 3. All right, so here we have 5 times a number is equal to 3. We just divide both sides by 5 so that we have the x by itself. All right, so x is equal to 3 over 5. And we all know 3 over 5 is the same thing as 0.6. You can put it in a calculator. All right, so x is equal to 3 over 5 or 0.6. So we have found the value of x, and now all we need to do, ladies and gents, is to find the value of y. All right, so let's go. We're going to plug x equal 0.6 into one of the equations that we started out with, equation 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. All right, I am going to choose the easier equation. We'll always choose the easier thing to do. When you're in the exam, all you want to do is get the thing correct. You're not going to choose the most difficult path. So the equation that we're choosing is this one because we have 1y, just y, as opposed to here where it's 3y. So I'm going to choose equation 1. All right, so 3x plus y is equal to 2. 3 times 0.6 plus y is equal to 2, right? 3 times 0.6, 3 6 is 18. So we have 1.8 plus y is equal to 2. And we're gonna carry over, which by right we should be balancing, but this is very, very common. This is what most students do. So we end up having y is equal to 2 minus 1.8. So the value of y, ladies and gents, turns out to be, what's 2 minus 1.8? Well, that is 0.2. So we have found the value for x and for y, and we're good to go. Under exam conditions, you move on to your next question. All right, we can double check right now to see if our answers are correct. Under exam condition, you're running against time, you move on to your next question. You don't double check really until you're finished attempting all your questions in the exam. When you're finished attempting all your questions and you're reviewing, you're double checking your work to see if you made any errors or if you left out any questions. That is really when you would go back and double check. All right, how do you double check? We have our two answers, x is 0.6, y is 0.2. You just plug them back in. Let's go, let me use a blue marker for that. X is 0.6, y is 0.2. So 0.6 for x, 0.6, and the y value is 0.2. And you may just use your calculator to help you to be accurate, okay? So you figure this back out. 3 times 0.6, 1.8 plus 0.2 gives you the 2, and 4 6 is 24, so that's 2.4. 326, 0.6, 2.4 plus 0.6, it gives you back the 3. You may use your calculator, ladies and gents. And there you have it. Simultaneous equations using the method of elimination. Just a couple rules you need to remember and you'll be good to go. Guys, this has been Business School on Business Access TV. Thank you very much.